This week's Parsha Tzav deals with details, further details of some of the offerings from last week's Parsha, as well as the details of the dedication and consecration of Aaron and his sons as Kohanim. Of course, this inauguration would not be a private affair, but rather a very public ceremony. As the Torah says, V'et kol ha'edah hakel el petach ol moed, and gather together the whole assembly to the entrance of the tent of meeting. Who exactly was this kol ha'edah that Moshe was to gather, who would witness Aaron and his sons' inauguration? The term edah in the Torah is generally used to refer to a select group of people. For instance, the 10 spies who maligned the land of Israel were called an edah hara'ah. The Gemara in Megillah 23b establishes from the count of these 10 spies that the smallest number that can be considered to constitute an edah is 10. Hence, anything that requires a minyan is made up of a minimum of 10. Accordingly, Ibn Ezra holds that edah here also refers to a select group of people, in particular, the tribal leaders and elders of Israel. The Malbim agrees with Ibn Ezra and explains that this understanding makes a lot of sense, as it corresponds with the halacha. The halacha as brought by the Tosefta and Rambam states that a Kohen Gadol can only be appointed by the full Sanhedrin or High Court of 71. Since the Torah here is describing the appointment of a Kohen Gadol, it would then make sense to say that the edah that Moshe is to gather to the tent of meeting should be referring to the full High Court, which in the desert consisted of tribal leaders and elders. Besides, how many people can actually appear together before the tent of meeting? There's only so much room. So this edah, this select group, would appear together before the tent of meeting, and as leaders appointed and empowered by the people, they would witness and approve the appointment of Aaron as Kohen Gadol. The Sifra, the Midrashim, and the Targumim, on the other hand, all hold that this Kol Ha'edah that Moshe gathered was actually all the congregation of Israel. The Midrash Tanchum explains why the whole of Israel needed to be there. For starters, Moshe wanted to make sure that everyone would witness Aaron and his sons being inaugurated. It must not be that some people might think that they could deny Aaron and his sons' consecration simply because they did not witness it. Furthermore, since the Kohanim were representing all of Israel when they functioned in the Mishkan, all of Israel must be there in order to consecrate them. However, the purpose of the gathering was not merely to appoint Aaron and his sons as their representatives. That could have been done by empowering the leadership to act upon their behalf. Each person was needed to impart his or her own individual holiness to the Kohen. Only Israel all together in person could imbue the Kohanim with the Kedusha of all the people of Israel, so that they may act upon the behalf of all of Israel in the Mishkan. Shabbat Shalom.